Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. May the peace, mercy and blessings of Allah be upon you all. Today, we are discussing a profound and powerful subject, a message addressed to those whom Allah has chosen, even when the world did not yet know them. Chosen one, they did not know you, but now they know that you are a chosen one. These words resonate as a universal truth in the journey of every sincere believer who seeks closeness to Allah. What does it mean to be one of Allah's chosen ones? Being chosen does not mean being perfect, nor being exempt from trials. On the contrary, it is a divine election, a sacred calling that distinguishes those whose hearts are turned toward the Creator, those who persist in faith despite difficulties. It is an honor, but also a heavy responsibility. At first, no one recognizes you. You are in the shadows, perhaps even ignored or misunderstood. Your sincerity, your patience, your perseverance remain invisible to the eyes of the world. But it is in this discretion, in this silence, that the light begins to grow. You move forward step by step, guided by the will of Allah, even when others reject you or doubt you. Your faith is not based on human approval, but on the inner certainty that you are on the right path. And it is this certainty that makes the difference. When the time comes, when Allah decides to reveal your worth, the whole world begins to see the light that radiates from you. Those who did not know you before, then realize that they have before them a chosen one, a servant chosen for a divine purpose. This recognition does not come by chance or vanity. It is the fruit of silent work, of a profound inner transformation that only faith can bring about. Today, we will explore this journey, the spiritual metamorphosis that transforms a simple believer into a chosen one of Allah, recognized not for his strength or power, but for his closeness to the Most High and his commitment to serving his cause. May this video be a source of inspiration and strength for all those who aspire to this spiritual elevation. Being chosen by Allah is a powerful concept that goes far beyond what the world can comprehend. In Islam, divine election is not based on superficial criteria such as wealth, beauty, or popularity, but on profound spiritual qualities. Allah chooses His chosen ones based on their sincere faith, total submission, patience in the face of hardship, and perseverance in the path of righteousness. This is not a title bestowed lightly, but a sacred trust, entrusted to those distinguished by their love of Allah and their devotion to His word. The Quran repeatedly reminds us that certain servants are chosen to perform specific tasks, to be living examples of divine mercy and bringers of light in the darkness of the world. This divine choice does not depend on human will, but on the infinite wisdom of Allah, who knows hearts and intentions. So, even if you go unnoticed by human eyes, know that Allah knows you better than anyone and has a perfect plan for you. This choice doesn't always result in visible honors or immediate recognition. Often, it begins in the shadows, with silent struggles, inner battles that no one sees. You may be going through a difficult time where your faith is tested, doubt creeps in, and discouragement threatens. Yet, it is precisely in these moments that the chosen one reveals himself. Through your patience, endurance, and steadfastness, you affirm your place among those whom Allah has chosen. Being chosen also means being guided. Allah illuminates the path of those He loves. You will feel an inner strength, a peace that surpasses all understanding, and a light that dispels the darkness around you. This divine guidance will enable you to discern truth from falsehood, to choose what pleases Allah, and to reject what distances you from Him. Even if the world rejects you, even if the obstacles seem insurmountable, you are sustained by an invisible force, a divine support that never fails. Remember that being chosen by Allah is a tremendous honor, but also a call to responsibility. You are called to be an example, a model of faith and righteousness. This choice is a light in your life, a beacon that should illuminate not only your path, but also that of others. The world may overlook your worth at first, but Allah Himself recognizes you and prepares you for an important role in His creation. Before others recognize you as the chosen one, you often go through a phase of anonymity, a time when no one sees your value or your commitment. This time of darkness is a trial, but also a time of purification. In this silence, away from prying eyes, your heart is shaped, your faith refined, and your soul purified. It is in this apparent solitude that the chosen one grows, strengthens, and prepares for the light that will come later. Most of the chosen ones have experienced this invisibility, this rejection, or even this incomprehension from those around them. They have been mocked, ignored, even criticized. But they never let themselves be discouraged, because they knew that their worth did not depend on the opinion of men, but on the acceptance and love of Allah. This inner confidence is what allowed them to continue moving forward, despite difficulties and isolation. This time of anonymity is a gift from Allah, a sacred moment where you can fully focus on your connection with Him. You learn to know yourself, identify your weaknesses, ask for forgiveness, and correct yourself. This process of inner transformation is essential for you to be ready to receive the light that will distinguish you from others. Without this step, divine election cannot be fully accomplished. It is also important to understand that this phase of invisibility is not a rejection, but a preparation. Allah, in His infinite wisdom, used this time to purify you like refining gold in a crucible. You become more patient, more humble, and more sincere. Your action, even invisible to human eyes, are precious in the eyes of Allah. They build the solid foundations on which your spiritual greatness will rest. This period also allows you to protect yourself from the dangers of pride and vanity. By remaining in the shadows, you avoid the pitfalls of human gratitude, which can easily corrupt the heart. You learn to be sincere only before Allah, to seek His pleasure alone. And it is this pure sincerity that will make you shine later, when Allah decides to reveal you to the world. As you progress along this spiritual path, profound changes begin to appear in your life and behavior. These visible signs are proof that you are truly one of Allah's chosen ones, and that your inner transformation is manifesting itself externally. You become a model of wisdom and patience, not through your own strength, but because the divine light illuminates your actions. Your response to challenges changes. Where previously you might have given in to discouragement or anger, you now find peace and serenity. This unwavering patience is a rare quality, and it doesn't go unnoticed. Those around you begin to notice your calm in the face of difficulties, your ability to forgive even those who have hurt you. This attracts respect, sometimes even admiration, although the goal is never to seek human recognition. Your distance from evil influences also becomes evident. You carefully choose your companions and avoid situations that could divert you from the path of Allah. This discipline is further proof of your commitment and sincerity. The pious deeds you perform, whether regular prayer, fasting, charity, or reciting the Quran, become a light that illuminates those around you, even if you don't seek to promote yourself. Your way of speaking also changes. You avoid unnecessary talk, gossip, and arguments. Instead, you favor words that soothe, that encourage, and that bring you closer to the teachings of Allah. This language, imbued with gentleness and respect, strengthens the impact you have on others, even those who do not yet share your faith. Ultimately, these visible signs in your daily life are the concrete manifestation of the divine presence within you. They show that the chosen one is not just an abstract idea, but a living reality. Through your actions, you draw to Allah those who were previously distant. You become a bridge between hearts, a light in a world sometimes obscured by ignorance and mistrust. The time finally comes when those who did not know you before begin to recognize that you are one of Allah's chosen ones. This recognition is not simply an effect of popularity or reputation, but a profound awareness among those around you, your community, and even those who previously viewed you with indifference or skepticism. They now see the light that shines within you, that light that only sincere faith can ignite. This shift in others' perceptions can provoke a multitude of reactions. Some will be astonished, surprised to see how much you have grown spiritually, how your faith and steadfastness shine through. Others may feel jealous, recognizing in you a strength they don't possess, a special bond with Allah they envy. But whatever their reaction, they can no longer deny that you are a chosen one, a servant chosen by the Almighty. This recognition brings with it a new weight of expectations and responsibilities. You become an example, a role model, not only through your words but also through your daily actions. People look to you for answers, guidance, and wisdom that goes beyond mere knowledge. It is a sacred role, a burden you carry with humility, knowing that it is Allah who has given you this place. However, this public recognition can also bring challenges. Jealousy, criticism, and sometimes even attacks can multiply. But this is precisely where the true strength of the chosen one is revealed. In the face of these challenges, you continue to rely on your faith, to demonstrate patience and perseverance. You know that this election is not a protection against difficulties, but an invitation to overcome them with dignity and courage. It is also essential to never forget where you come from. This path traveled in the shadows. These moments of anonymity remain a source of humility that prevents you from falling into pride. You continue to seek Allah's pleasure, to purify yourself, to pray that your light never fades. And this is how the recognition of men becomes a further testimony to the greatness of Allah, who elevates whomever He wills according to His wisdom. With this growing recognition, a new dimension opens up before you, that of spiritual influence. Being one of Allah's chosen ones means not only being recognized, but also bearing the responsibility to inspire, guide, and uplift the souls around you. You become a beacon in the night, a source of hope for those seeking light in a world often filled with confusion and despair. Your example inspires not only your family and loved ones, but also people you don't even know. Through your patience, kindness, and sincerity, you bring about invisible but profound changes in hearts. These spiritual fruits are the reward of a life devoted to Allah, but also a powerful testimony for the Muslim community and beyond. You realize that your role is not limited to your own spirituality, but extends to a broader service, that of conveying Allah's message with wisdom, compassion, and humility. This mission requires great inner strength, as you often face resistance, misunderstanding, and even opposition. Yet you persevere, knowing that your cause is just and that Allah's support is constant. In this stage, you also develop a greater awareness of your place in history and in the community of believers. You understand that you are part of a spiritual chain that connects the prophets, the saints, and all the servants of Allah who have worked for truth and justice. This awareness helps you stay grounded, remain humble despite recognition, and always strive to improve yourself. Your life becomes a living testament to the power of faith, and a reminder to all that divine choice is not a fleeting reward, but an eternal commitment. Every action, every word, every intention is now guided by this sacred bond that unites you to Allah. You understand that your light must continue to shine, even in the darkest moments, for this is how Allah's promise is fully manifested. Ultimately, being recognized as one of Allah's chosen ones does not mean the end of the journey, but rather a new beginning, a call to an even deeper and more sincere commitment. This step is perhaps the most crucial of all, as it reveals the full responsibility and spiritual weight that a chosen one carries. It is no longer simply a matter of self, but a sacred mission to bring light, wisdom, and peace to those around oneself, embodying the eternal values of Islam. At this stage, you face greater challenges, as the chosen one also attracts attention, sometimes jealousy, sometimes even hatred from those who do not understand or reject the truth. But it is precisely in these moments of opposition that your spiritual strength is fully manifested. The chosen one is like an unwavering beacon in the midst of the storm, a solid rock that does not give way to contrary winds. You learn to rely solely on Allah, to draw on His wisdom and mercy, to overcome these trials with courage and patience. The spiritual struggle is sometimes lonely. You may feel isolated, misunderstood, even by those who love you. Yet, it is in this solitude that your relationship with Allah becomes most intimate and profound. You discover that your true strength comes not from men, but from your connection with your Creator. This divine closeness brings you an unshakable inner peace, a light that illuminates every step you take, even in moments of darkness. Being a chosen one also means being a force for change. You are called to transform hearts, sow justice, and spread love and peace. Your words become a balm for wounded souls, a call to repentance and reform. You embody prophetic wisdom, guiding without imposing, loving without judging. This mission requires great humility, for you know that all power and influence comes from Allah alone, and that without Him, you can accomplish nothing. Sometimes you are tempted to doubt, to wonder if you are up to this heavy burden. But each time, Allah reminds you of His promise, supports you with His signs and blessings. Your successes, however modest, are proof that you are on the right path. Every smile you provoke, every heart you soothe, every soul you bring closer to the truth is a spiritual victory, a living testimony to the power of divine election. It is also essential to keep in mind that the chosen one never works alone. You are part of a community, an ummah, where every believer has a role to play. Together, you form a network of light, a set of spiritual forces united to defend the truth and spread peace. This solidarity strengthens your commitment, encourages you to persevere despite difficulties, and reminds you that Allah's election is as collective as it is individual. Finally, dear brother, dear sister, it is essential to always keep in mind one essential truth. This divine election that you carry, this place that you occupy as the chosen one of Allah, is above all a temporary honor here below, but an eternal honor in the hereafter. Everything that you experience in this world, all this human recognition, all this light that illuminates you among men, is only fleeting, ephemeral in the face of the infinite grandeur of the hereafter that Allah has prepared for His faithful servants. Never let human glory, however alluring, become your primary objective. The true quest, the one that transcends the limits of time and space, is to please Allah. It is in this aspiration that the true meaning of your election lies. What Allah's chosen ones truly seek is not the recognition of men or their applause, but the pleasure of their Lord. Therein lies the source of peace and true bliss. As the Prophet Muhammad taught us, hearts find rest only by turning towards Allah, by seeking His pleasure and His mercy. Human recognition, however flattering, remains a reflection, a shadow that can disappear as quickly as it appeared. It is one sign among others, certainly. But what truly matters is Allah's gaze on your heart, your intentions, your actions. He is the one who knows most deeply your sincerity, your patience, your effort. In his eyes, it is not popularity or apparent greatness that matter, but purity of intention and steadfastness in faith. The Quran reminds us that what matters in the sight of Allah is piety and sincerity of heart. Surah Al-Isra 98:5.